Hello guys, so welcome back to the crew calling all units. In the middle of the action here of one of the gold crate missions from today. I'm on my second driver here messing about in my Silverado, trying to do one of these missions. What I'm going to do in this video is answer a couple of questions which regularly come back in the comment box and such. Okay, nice jump there. So, what are these crate missions all about? Well, it seems to be it's a way to get your hands on all the cars in this game pretty easy and pretty, well, not that quickly because you need to put some time and effort into it. So, how does this exactly work? Well, you have platinum missions which guarantee you a so-called fragment part. You need 10 of those fragment parts to win a certain car. It will tell you for which car you are playing. At this moment I think I am playing for the Lamborghini Murcielago or something. This is my second driver. I don't have that many cars on it, so that's where I'm playing for now, for all the cars that I don't have yet. But also on my second driver yesterday I won the Lamborghini Huracan, which is one of the new calling all units cars. They brought, if I'm not mistaken, 5 new cars: the Huracan, the Ferrari F12, the Jeep Wrangler, the Mercedes GLC, and the Nissan GTR, of course, and a bunch of new bikes. Now, what can you drive, what can't you drive? Well, it's pretty simple. All calling all unit vehicles at this moment are calling all unit exclusive, which pretty much means you need to buy calling all units if you want to drive those things. The only exception is the Huracan, which for some reason they made available for everybody. What does that mean? At this moment it's only available in the crate missions, but somewhere in December it will come to the dealers. At least that is one of the moderators set on the forums. So we'll see. But meanwhile I know that it's more and more becoming a common vehicle in this game, because I see many people driving it around already in the Huracan. So other than that, for new players this is an interesting feature, because you can get your hands on the full stocks of all the cars in the game. Well, maybe not the DLC cars, but definitely on all the others that you do not have in your collection yet. So instead of buying those full stocks, you can win them by doing these great missions. As said, Platinum guarantees you the fragment. So if you do there are 5 Platinum missions on your map. If you do all 5 of them, you will have 5 parts already. Then you have 5 gold missions on the map. Those guarantee a 75% chance that you will win the fragment. That means that sometimes you might have to redo one of them to get the fragment. Silver is 50% chance of winning them, and bronze is 25% chance of winning them. Here this was a gold one, but I won it anyway, which was also the last part for my Murcielago, so I just won a full stock Lamborghini Murcielago LP640. That car should be in my collection now in the headquarters. I'm also winning a level 60 part, because meanwhile I am level 60 on my second driver as well. And it's even the last one, which brings the car to the new level of 1497. Now, is that new level important? Not really. I will put a link into the description for those who haven't seen it yet to a video of Paraglider, one of my friends and people that I play with in this game. Very often team up with them to do summits. He has tested the new 1497 versus 1299 for the most common OP cars. That means the so-called best cars in each spec. Skyline in street, the Rough in dirt, Huayra in performance, the Mustang in the raid, and the Ferrari 458 in circuit. He has tested them and the times are as equal as they can be, give or take a few hundredths of a second here or there, but So this new level with all platinum level 60, 1497, it gives you a bit more grip and braking, and also a bit more acceleration, although you cannot see that because they have sort of reset the acceleration stats. They are no longer 8-9,000 plus, they are now 3-4,000 plus, so you have no indication to compare it to the 1299. But compared to the 1299 you get a bit more grip and a bit more braking stats. So the cars brake a bit better, they have a bit more grip, which for some cars might be a problem, seeing more grip changes the handling a bit. It also might make them a bit slower. So there are a few things that need to be tested, but I am, for instance, thinking that for the drag cars, some of them are best. We have tested that in the past. Some of them are best with full grip bonus at 1299. And this new level thing is basically its acceleration bonus. So that might mean that for some of the drag cars it changes a bit. But I'll have to test that later. Something else, people were wondering where the hell is the repair thing, because it was here on the smartphone as I'm showing here at the moment. You have three things here, transporter, support or police, and you have 4 power-ups or abilities as they call them in this game. But you can only use 2, so you can select the 2 that you want to use there. Where is the repair? Well, it moved to the mobile tuner, which is this thing, and it's a small tiny button over there, which you can click with your mouse, or you can use a certain key or button that you mapped to it. So that's that. What else did I see in the comments? Sorta, that's what I'm doing here, kinda answering the questions there. Yeah, where are you from? This and that. Yeah, well, it's pretty simple. I am from Belgium. When do I play? Most of the time play at night. That means 10-11 p.m. till 6-7 a.m. European time. So sometimes I have European people, oh, can we play together and all that? Well, yeah, that's all good, but not many are a Nighthawk like I am. So then, if you play in the afternoon or something in the weekend, I will not be around. I'm always around during the night, European night, that is. Anything else? Yeah. I saw some. You always get those questions like, how old are you and such like that. Well, I'm an older guy. I am 40 plus even, but I still like racing games like this, and that also means that I don't play these things for 1 or 2 hours. No, I have. I bought this complete edition of this game in somewhere January, February 2016, after the release of the Wild Run, because that brought the summit, which is the competitive aspect of the game, and I am kind of a competitive player, so that's when it sort of caught my interest. Before that I was not really interested in the game. So since that time I played over 2,000 hours on my main driver in this game. That's also an explanation for another question. How do you have so much money? How do you have so much cars? And how do you have all of them at 12.99? Well, playing, of course. Playing, grinding with all the cars of each, well, with one car of each spec, so that you unlock all the parts in the tuners, and then later on playing to get some bugs, do PvPs, do missions, faction missions, whatever, to get bugs. It's pretty easy to make bugs in this game. Now with these new crate missions it's even easier. You win bugs and you actually win the full stock cars, so it's even easier to get your hands on all the cars now. But as you can see here, even on my second driver I have still won the Hurricane, and that means that the Hurricane is free for all, because on my second driver, which I am now, I do not have the Wild Run nor calling all units. I have just done this gold mission here. That also means that there is a green check behind it, and that means that the crate is now empty. You can do this mission 100 times if you want. You will not win any car fragments anymore, because the crate is empty. You can see the green check there. The crate is empty, so there's no point in going for it. So you have to do the different missions on your map. That means that if you do all the platinum missions, you do all the bronze missions, you do all the gold missions, and the silver ones you might get your hands, if you keep doing them till you win the fragment part, that is, then you have 30 parts, aka 3 cars. So you can win 3 cars a day. The problem with it is that once you have all the cars, it's kind of a useless feature, because you will either win bugs as let's say the worst award, and the better reward, which normally is a fragment, but if you already have all the cars, you do not win fragments anymore, then you just win double bugs. Which also makes me think this is going to get pretty boring pretty quickly once you have all the cars. The only thing which makes it interesting is if you team up with people and you actually, like in this time, as you can see here on the left, there are 4 colors, dark orange and 3 light colors. That means that we have 1 transporter and 3 supports, and over here where it normally sometimes has a couple of blue colors there, that means that there are actually players as police in the game. Hardly ever, and that seems to be the next problem. There are not that many people who have bought the game to begin with, calling all units. I'm pretty sure there are many people that have it, but they are upgrading cars, they are doing great missions as a racer to get the racing cars first, and then later as a cup, so on. It also seems to be a problem to get into one of these missions as a police. It's not a problem as a racer, you just hit the crates and off you go, but as a police it's a bit difficult. And even if you get in there, there are a few problems with it. First of all, like now we have a full team here, 1 transporter and 3 supports. But if you do this as a police, usually you're by yourself, maybe 2 people if you crew up in advance. Then you have 2 police cars against a couple of racers. The problem with that is that the AI cops here, they are supposed to be your team and they are supposed to be helping you, but they give you more of a hard time than the racer themselves. Because these AI cops, I don't know what they are doing. They're supposed to be improved, but no, not really the case. Now, as you will see here, crate delivered, crate already looted. Like I said, the crate is empty because I just done this in the beginning of the video, so I cannot win any fragment part anymore. So I just win a color part this time for this car, because it also has I also count performance parts for this car. It's not an option anymore because it is already at 1497. So I'm winning stuff that I don't have in my headquarters yet, certain color or some rims or some bumpers or crap like that. That being said, this thing is pretty damn good. Some people don't like it for some reason, but I do. In performance spec, in circuit spec it's another story. In circuit spec it's just fast, but it's pretty stiff body chassis. The handling is not that great, but it is damn fast though. I'm not so sure it is going to be faster. I haven't tested that in slipstream stuff and such, if it's going to be faster than the Gallardo, but it might be. In performance spec I really like it. I haven't driven the Gallardo much in performance spec, to be honest, but I kinda like the handling on this thing, and it's also pretty fast. Fastest performance spec so far as I know of, that means highest top speed, is the Nissan Fairlady with 434 km an hour, and this thing might come close. Haven't teamed up yet with people to test all those things, because, well, people are doing stuff. Now, the Ubisoft Club, or whatever it's called, because it's no longer Uplay overlay thing here now, it's now Ubisoft Club it's called. One of the questions, how do you get all the bugs, how do you get all the crew credits? Well, pretty simple. You have Uplay points there on your Uplay overplay, and you can download stuff like 50,000 crew credits there. Alpha style, you could download the full stock Alfa Romeo 8C if you didn't have it. So free stuff. And here you can download a race sticker for all your cars, but it's costing 30 Uplay points. That is a bit of a problem. That's why I didn't download it yet. I only have 110 at this moment, and I am thinking I'm going to get calling all units anyway, but I'm thinking of getting it on this driver for the simple reason. Let's see, this is the shop, so you have crew calling all units. This is a free driver from the UB30 promotion, so I need to get, if I want to get crew calling all units, I need to get it here. My main driver is on Steam, so if I want to get crew calling all units there, then I need to get it at Steam. It's costing $24.99, but with 100 of those Uplay points, and I have 110, that's why I didn't download the sticker for 30 yet. I can get a 20% discount on it, and actually can get crew calling all units for $19.99. And not only that, it also includes the wild run. So most likely I will get the game, and I will get it on my second driver, on which I do not have the season pass. That is full price now at the moment, $19.99. It has been 50% off for many weeks before the release of calling all units though. Is it much important? Not really. You have the Ferrari 458, it's kinda OP in circuit spec in overall, not in top speed, but in overall it is. Other than that, no, not really. You get the extreme pack, you get the speed pack. The Saleen S7 is the second interesting car in the season pass, because it has the highest top speed from the cars in circuit spec. If you don't have the Saleen, well, then you need to go for the Gallardo, which is coming the closest to it top speed wise. That's why I say the Ferrari 458 overall, because it can only do 448, 449 kilometers an hour, while the Gallardo can do 455, and the Saleen even close to 460. Slides about this thing a bit. That is normal because we are in Salt Lake City, we are on icy roads. Everything slides here. Now, that being said, this is four-wheel drive, the performance spec, not the case with the circuit spec. Circuit spec is a 620 two-wheel drive, 620 horsepower two-wheel drive car. This one is 610 with four-wheel drive. But I'm not so sure it's really... I still think that the Ford Focus is a better car here on this Salt Lake City area, where also the big chill eliminator in PvP takes place. That's why you need the Focus, or something with four-wheel drive. Aventador, BMW bike, KTM bike, they also work for some reason, don't ask me why. Which brings me to the second point of this thing. Calling all units, although we already paid to drive the bikes for the wild run, calling all unit bikes are calling all unit exclusive, so even if you have the wild run, you cannot drive those bikes, which is a bit, yeah. Personally, I find that a bit unfair, to be honest. We paid to drive the bikes when we bought the wild run, and now we still can't drive those calling all unit bikes. Speaking of the circuit spec of this thing, I don't have it on this driver, but there it is. It comes with a livery. The guy there was driving it. It comes with a specific livery, and you cannot you can buy colors for it and stuff, but you cannot change the colors. So also that one of the questions that I saw in the comment box coming back. Now you see, I don't have that many friends on this driver, just a couple, and you already saw it. They are all bronze 4. That's another one of those annoying bugs that came with calling all units. Everybody lost his league rank. At least it appears to be like that, but if you go to PvP and you do one race, you will get your rank back. Unfortunately, it doesn't save. That means once you log out and you come back on tomorrow or a couple hours later or whenever, you will be back to bronze 4. I've tested it on my main driver. I've done one or two PvP races. I got my platinum 1 back. Came back the next day, and I was back to being bronze 4. I was reading on the forums, on Reddit, on Facebook, and people said it was fixed. So I did yesterday again a couple of PvP races, got my Platinum 1 again, and today I came online and I was back to Bronze 4. So with this driver, I'm not sure I am Gold 2 or Gold 1, I'm still working my way up to the Platinum status with this driver, so that's that being taken care of. Now, another annoying feature of this calling all unit thing is whenever you start these crate missions, that definitely is something that needs to be fixed, because also for privacy reasons, but it automatically enables the voice chat in game. That means that people can hear you and you might not even be aware of it. So if you have a mic connected through your webcam or with a headset or whatever, people can actually hear you. So I already disabled the voice chat on my Uplay, and also there it does not change a thing. So voice chat is disabled on Uplay, but it's still, when I start create missions, you will still hear other people talking about. Can you put it off? Yes, you can, but you have to put it off every single time when you start one of those missions. So if you start one of those missions and you're not alone there, then you have to disable it by opening your friend list and go to your own icon, open that one, and there you can disable the voice chat. But it goes race by race, so the next time you start a new crate mission you have to disable it again. Of course that is something they need to change as soon as possible, because, well, I don't think it's even legal. It has to do with privacy reasons, and there are people babbling about and talking. Mainly it's annoying because, well, for instance, I have a couple of friends where I do Skype talks. We do a sort of group session and we open Skype, but even then the voice chat activates and you sort of get echo sounds. You hear yourself twice. You're talking to each other on Skype, and you also talk to each other in the voice chat, and you get like an echo sound. It's annoying as hell. They need to put that immediately off. Whoever had the idea, oh, let's put the voice chat on by default, should immediately get a reprimand at least. Now, as I said, this is my second driver, so let's have a quick look. How many cars do I have here? 45. 45, that means all different specs and such. So let's have a look. The Alfa Romeo 8C. With the release of Calling All Units, I downloaded it from Uplay. You could get it there for 10 Uplay points or even for free. The Aston Martin Vanquish is not something I bought. I won it yesterday in one of the crate missions. BMW X6. Apparently they have been messing around with it. Might not be that good anymore, which even makes the rough RT. No, not the the rough in dirt spec. It's more and more OP, because now apparently the BMW X6, which is sort of its rival, has been made a bit worse from what I hear. Of course I have the buggy and the other hot rods from the car wreck things. I bought the Mustang for race spec because it's one of the best. The Dodge Viper is another one that I downloaded from Uplay. The Ferrari F40 I won in a community challenge. For the Big Chill Eliminator, I already mentioned it before, you need something with 4-wheel drive, and the cheapest option for that is the Ford Focus RS. In performance spec, as you can see here. That's the only thing that you need. The Ford GT is a circuit spec. It's a good alternative if you do not have the season pass and you don't get your hands on the Ferrari 458. The Ford GT is the alternative. The Camaro 1969 on the previous page was raid, so is the Mustang. Mustang 2011 in raid spec. Those two are kinda, well, let's make it a top 3. I also have the Silverado, that kinda makes the top 3 in raid for me, at least. The Mustang, the Silverado, and the Camaro 1969. Again here the other hot rods. The raid spec is called buggy, but it's the same. It's a hot rod. The Gallardo I bought in circuit spec for top speed tracks because I can't get my hands on the Tallinn. Not having season pass on this driver, I bought the Gallardo. The Hurricane, even on my second driver where I do not have Wild Run, where I do not have calling all units, I still got my hands on the Hurricane through the great missions. I didn't buy the circuit spec because I already have the Gallardo, and I don't think that top speed wise they will be that different. I did buy the performance spec because I just think, well, it's one of the better ones. Of course the Huayra beats all, but still kinda like the Huayra in performance spec. The Murcielago only comes with 2 specs, and well, the Hurricane in performance and the Gallardo in circuit, they are just both better than this one, so I didn't buy the specs yet and probably will also not do so. The Mini Cooper, for me, that is the best street spec in this game next to the Skyline. A lot of people find the Skyline. As a keyboard player, I do not agree with that. The car slides about, it oversteers a lot. The Mini understeers a bit. Although I prefer oversteer, I still prefer in this case the Mini over the Skyline. I also bought a circuit spec for the Mini because also that one is good. The 370Z, I bought all the specs here for the simple reason that was my starter's car. That's where I went through the story missions with, except for the performance spec. That's where I used the Dodge that you could download from Uplay. Of course the Huayra, because you need to have that, it's the OP car in performance. Spec, the Zonda, that is something that I didn't buy, it just won it yesterday in one of the great missions. As you can see, I don't have a performance or circuit spec for it yet. The Rough, well, it handles like crazy, but the fact is it's one of the, has a huge acceleration, so it makes it the best dirt spec available. And the other Rough 3400, another one of the cars that I won yesterday with the great missions. You can win 3 cars a day if you have enough time and feel like putting enough effort in it. You can win 3 cars a day. So that means that, well, even if you can't play that much, it still means that by the end of the thing, let's say by the end of the year, maybe end of January, everybody around probably will get their hands on most of the cars, if not all the cars. And then those great missions will only give bugs, which kinda gonna make them a bit boring in my opinion. Because yeah, people are doing this now for fun, to get acquainted with the new missions and that they are all fun and such. But once you have all the cars, they only give bugs, and that's gonna make them way more interesting. That's the only thing I can make of it. I was checking the perks there to see with the new character Clara Washington if she brought new perks with it, but of course she wasn't, because she's your driver just like Alex Taylor, and also Alex Taylor does not have perks. Like I said, the league thing is bugged. Everybody is bronze 4. Even if you do a couple of PvP races, the next day you come back online, you're back to bronze 4, which also means that all these collars and stickers and rims and all such that you can buy here in the league store, they are all locked. The only thing I can buy here is a bronze 4 sticker. I'm thinking anything else? No, I think I answered most of the questions here now that I read in the last couple of hours on my comment box, YouTube videos and such, or on the crew social Facebook page, or on Reddit, or on the forums, all places where I hang out concerning this game. So that will about be it for this video, and I will see you guys in the next one, bye for now.